Morning. So for a few days now, this deck, the Seed and Sickle Oracle, has been asking me to pull it out, and I struggle with this deck a little bit. So anyway, I went ahead and I obliged and I pulled it out, and I kind of like dumped it on the table, and it has two guidebooks with it, the Dawn and the Dusk. The Dusk was the guidebook that decided it wanted to stay. So there's something here about Dusk. Dusk being the end of the day, right before day turns to night. And the nighttime is not the, let's see. No, because in Jewish tradition, they don't actually start the next day until dusk. So something about it's always darkest before the dawn. All right. It's always darkest before the dawn. And we have apple. Can I get one more, please? Okay. Apple. Cornflower, which is card number 11. That's interesting. And foxglove. Apple. Something has an ending. Whether it's today or 100 years from now, nothing can stay as it is. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. We naturally shy away from death and change. But don't forget that this too is in nature's plan. Something in your life needs closure. Come to terms with it. Embrace it and know that it's ending. Something new and beautiful will soon emerge. Embrace it and know that in its ending, something new and beautiful will soon emerge. Confirmation. All right. That's card number 53, and it reduces to 8. Next is cornflower. The cornflower is remarkable for its beautiful blue petals, which create striking clusters of color against the green and yellow of agricultural fields. So perfectly bright are they, it is said, parts of the sky once tumbled to the ground, forming these beautiful patches of blue in the grass. The cornflower reminds us that it's not a bad thing to be unique and stand out. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. It's card number 11. Okay, and foxglove, card number 18. Which reduces to 9, by the way. Endings. Foxglove is one of the plants said to protect a babe against being replaced by a fairy changeling child. Perhaps you feel as though you do not recognize yourself anymore, or the path that your life is taking, but it's not too late to grab hold of that stranger and banish them. Indulge in a pastime you haven't picked up for a while, or take a walk down a familiar road to remind yourself of who you used to be. Or perhaps you like this new self that has emerged and you want to embrace it. It is natural to change and grow, and so can your own identity. That is so appropriate right now, because I was just saying to someone the other day, I haven't been single since I was 17 years old. When my oldest two children's father and I split up, I went into a relationship with Gary. You all have heard the story, and it wasn't even a relationship. I was just his mistress. And I soon became friends with his wife. The relationship ended, and I moved on, never having a chance to really sit and be by myself. I was always, playing the roles of who I identified as in the relationship. So after that, I married Alex. I had my two youngest children. He couldn't handle the responsibility of being the man in the relationship, and he took off when my youngest son was not even a year old yet. We were separated for 3 months before I jumped in a relationship with Steve, and then right after Steve was my current relationship. And I was saying that it's so weird how, I'm still who I am, but I, know more things about myself now than I did back then. And, but now, I get to play. There's pictures of me from when I was 15 years old, just being, silly and goofy. And I get to be that again, but I get to be that again with the wisdom of a 43-year-old woman who has raised 4 kids and several men. And lived in survival. So yeah, it's always the darkest before the dawn. Embrace your authenticity. Embrace your authenticity. Something new and beautiful is about to emerge, and maybe this has to do with who you now identify as this new beginning begins to start. Now, I have chosen the Considerate Cat deck this morning, so tell me about Apple, please. Thank you. The Devil. And at the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Pentacles. I am hearing, be patient with yourself. You've never been this thing before. So, have you chosen to embrace the identity of who you are now through this ending? You don't want to try and go find who you were back then. You choose to identify as the integrated version of yourself that you are now. Tell me about Cornflower. The King of Cups. The Father of Cups. At the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. The King of Cups. Victory, success, recognition. I'm talking about the Six of Wands now. Like, your victory is in the Father of Cups. Kindness, guidance, representative of a supportive male energy in your life. This person is very capable of providing you with direction. Interesting. The cornflower reminds us that it's not a bad thing to be unique and stand out. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. So, okay, so because you have, chosen the identity to identify as the integrated old and new, the shadow and the light aspects of yourself, because you have chosen to recognize that as your identity, because that is who you are. You are able to reward others with kindness and generosity and wisdom and love and support that you would not have otherwise been able to give them, because you are living a role instead of who you are. This is very beautiful energy. This is not many people are able to do that. All right, tell me about Foxglove. The Eight of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. Oh, there's 777 again. Thank you, Spirit. So yesterday, if you missed it, I posted a couple text posts. I got hit with 2 and 7s yesterday morning on my way to training. 7 being the biblical number of contracts completed. Contracts completed means you are now in alignment and you are able to receive spiritual wisdom. 7 is the seeker, the oracle, the shaman. Sevens are also about being on the brink of abundance. So what we have here is the 8 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is about self-protection. It's about doing the right thing to keep yourself safe. 8 of Pentacles is about putting in the work. This could also be about work. Foxglove. Perhaps you like this new self that has emerged and you want to embrace it. It's natural to change and grow, and so can your identity. So you've literally put in the work to create the identity that you now have. But the thing is, this Seven of Swords, like, nobody really knows. It's lying to yourself. Dishonesty, betrayal. Someone has or may hurt you. Resist the strong urge to seek revenge. Like, you'd been lying to yourself for years about who you were, and what you are now is who you were back then with a little bit more wisdom. Yeah. The Hermit. The Eight of Cups. The King of Wands, the Father of Wands. And the Seven of Wands. So I guess I had the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords screwed up a little bit. This Seven of Wands here, she's nursing her kittens. How interesting. You're nurturing your passion. We have Death at the bottom of the deck. Nurturing your passion, protecting your energy. The Father of Wands and the Seven of Wands, like, you've jumped status here. You are totally capable of protecting your own energy. You're not reacting. The Eight of Cups, you've walked away from the things that don't feel good anymore. So, you know, the Hermit, there's your wisdom. You decided that it was time to go inside and figure out what the hell, and you now, like, see source for what it is. It's just you. You are the creator of your reality. Nobody else is doing that for you. No separate identity is doing that for you. And you had to die to that old self to become this new thing. Seven of Pentacles. Be patient. You're going to mess up. You're still human. It is what it is. He took my car for a joyride last night. And now he owes me money for gas. And if I don't have that money by the end of the day, his phone will be shut off. It is okay. We are allowed to be angry. We're allowed to react. But we're now reacting from a place of grounding. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll catch you on the next one later.